Have you ever sat down and thought to yourself, why can't I get fit and healthy? Is it because I'm stuck at my desk all day? Is it because I'm working a 9 to 5? Is it because I'm in meetings all day? Is it because I've got so much going on in my life that the online fitness that I see on Instagram and YouTube just isn't suited to me? I can't do it. Then this is the right video for you, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 3 simple step process that myself and hundreds of other men just like you have used to finally lose 8 to 15 kilos of fat. But not only that, because that's just the first level, they've used it to improve their confidence, to skyrocket their energy levels, right? To get promotions at work, to become more productive, to have more energy to spend with their loved ones. If all of this sounds like something that you want to achieve, then stick around. And that third step is going to be the most important one. So stick around for that. Now, the first and most simplest thing is, of course, your workouts, right? Now, with your workouts, and when it comes to your workouts, right, you do not need to train like a professional athlete or a bodybuilder. You are not a professional athlete and you are not a bodybuilder. If you are, this video isn't for you, right? You are a man who works 40, 50, 60 hours a week, spends most of his working day sitting, right? Has a family to look after, friends to hang out with, right? Responsibilities. You are ambitious. You want to grow and dominate your career. So fitness is just a small part of that. It's a very important part, but in terms of how much time it should take up in your day, it's a very small part. I would say if you are a beginner or you haven't done it in a very long time or you don't know where to start with a simple 10, 15, 20-minute workout from home. Pick a couple of exercises I can recommend. So some of my clients do, one set of as many push-ups as they can, one set of as many squats as they can, one set of as many star jumps as they can, for example, and they just aim to get better after week, session after session. Now, this might sound silly. This might sound like, oh, that's easy. Doesn't matter what exercise it is, right? If you're just doing push-ups, for example, there's a certain number of push-ups that you can hit easily, and there's a certain number of push-ups that are difficult to hit. You just aim to progress each week. So if you can do 10 push-ups and you can't get an 11th one, you try your best. Next week, you're going to aim for 11. Then you aim for 11. You keep aiming for 11. Eventually, you're going to hit 11. And now 11 is your new baseline. And now you're going to keep going up from there. This causes the body to put on muscle. It's progressive overload. It's very simple. You got to keep pushing yourself close to your limits or sometimes to your limits in order for your body to adapt. It's very simple. If you do not do this with your training, nothing else you do is going to matter, because your body needs a stimulus in order to build muscle. When you build muscle, it allows the body to burn more calories throughout the day at its simplest, and therefore burn fat, right? This is the easiest way that I have found, and I've done it with myself many times because I've been all over the place in terms of my weight, to just burn fat. It's the simplest way. You don't need to track calories or anything like that. You just focus on getting stronger. And it's a lot of fun, right? What man doesn't like getting stronger? And then if you want to, after time, you build up to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, no more than an hour. And then eventually you can go into the gym. That's exactly the people that work with me. That's what they do. We start off from a home workout, very simple, very short. We build it up over weeks. Eventually we get them to the gym and they've got a solid foundation, and then you just keep going for the rest of your life. Like, it's that simple, right? Or at least maintain it, right? You'll hit a point where you're happy and then you can just maintain it from there. Next, the second step is your nutrition. Okay, no counting calories is not allowed, right? Calories exist in theory, right? Counting them can make sense, but again, you're not a bodybuilder, a professional athlete. There are multiple ways to do the same thing and achieve the same goal. You do not have time to sit down, calculate your calories, weigh everything. You're not going to be able to be consistent with it. Like, there's nothing wrong with it as a concept. It does work, but you're not going to be able to be consistent with it. And if you're not consistent with it, there's no point, because you can't do it, right? You can't stick to it. It's plain and simple as that. So what I do and what my clients use is called the plate method. It's very simple. Imagine you've got a plate, right? You've got a big plate. You look at it from a bird's eye point of view. Split your plate into 75% high quality sources of protein. Think your meat, your fish, your eggs, right? And then the other 25% to be your high quality sources of carbs. If you're asking where the fats are, you're getting them from a high quality sources of protein, because loads of meat, fish, eggs, etc., they will have high quality sources of fat in them as well, right? Now, everyone's plate is going to be different. It doesn't matter. Just pick your favorite plate, what you eat with usually, something along those lines, and stick to it. Now, when you serve your food, you serve it in those proportions and the volume is flat. So no multiple scoops building up. It's a flat scoop, right? And all that matters is you stick to what you deem as a flat scoop, because the key to this plate method, right, is that you stick to the same proportions and volume every single time as best as you can using your eyeball, right? Just eyeballing it that way. What you can do with this is over time, when you track your weight, you track your progress, you can say, okay, I'm going down in weight. That means what I'm eating right now is perfect. I can keep it the same, more or less, right? Or if you say, okay, my weight's been staying the same, I haven't lost any fat, haven't lost any weight in a while. Now it's time to reduce either the overall portion that you serve or reduce a meal, right? There's ways around that, right? And this works especially well. In fact, it only works really if you're not randomly snacking throughout the day. So I would personally aim to avoid all snacking, right? Or at least cut it down as much as possible. It might take some time. Maybe you have 3 snacks a day. Maybe you drop it to 2, then eventually 1. It's all baby steps. And now you just stick to it, right? You just stick to it. It's so much easier. Well, it's so easy. It just requires consistency. Now, the third and final step of this system is what I like to call the corporate athlete identity. Have you ever found yourself in a position when it comes to your health and fitness, or maybe anything else in life, right? Where you know roughly what you need to do, you just can't get yourself to take the action. Like everyone knows more or less that to lose weight, you basically, in some form or the other, eat less, do some exercise, pick healthy choices, but you just can't find yourself or you just can't make yourself do it. And a lot of people have this problem. And what it took me a long time, right, over a decade to realize is that it's nothing to do with the actions themselves, it's to do with your ability to follow through with them. And that all comes down to your identity. Who do you see yourself as? If you saw yourself as 10% body fat, muscular, lean, the fittest person in the room, you would then take the actions automatically to become that person. Because if you see yourself as that person, you will act as that person and you just will start taking actions. The reason you may be struggling with taking actions such as even just getting some workouts in, maybe you have some problems with the amount of junk food you eat. It comes down to your self-identity. So so if you struggle to work out, you might see yourself as a person that's not fit. You might see yourself as a person that, workouts don't really work for them, so they don't even try. Why would that version of you take action? It doesn't make sense. So what you need to do is you need to build self-belief and you need to constantly convince your mind and trick your mind into believing that you are already there, that you've already got the results that you want. So a very simple strategy I have with my clients is write down on a piece of paper, piece of card, whatever it may be, your end goal. For example, it might be maybe you're 90 kilos right now and you want to get to 85 kilos or 80 kilos. Let's say 80 kilos and you want to go from 25 to 15% body fat. I would write down on a piece of paper, I am happy and grateful now that I am 80 kilos at 15% body fat. And all I would do is I'd read this in the morning, I'd read this in the night, and multiple times throughout the day, maybe before my workout, right? Maybe before I need to eat a meal. And I'd read that. And then I'd try my best to make decisions to the best of my knowledge and ability from that person. For example, if I know I need to work out and I'm not feeling it, and then I read that card, I know, okay, what I would then feel bad for not working out. So then I would just go and work out. It might not be the best workout, but I've taken action. It's the same with nutrition. Maybe you're going out to eat at a restaurant and there's so many unhealthy options, but also healthy options. You read that card, take a moment to yourself and you're like, okay, the version of me that is 80 kilos and has achieved 15% body fat probably wouldn't order tons of dessert or like loads of like random vegetables or whatever. He'd probably order a good quality source of meat, good quality source of good quality source of protein and a good quality source of carb, the healthiest he can find on the menu, and probably wouldn't opt for like the sugariest drink on the menu, maybe like 0-calorie Coke or just a glass of water. And those little action steps are going to build up over days, weeks, months, years. And before you know it, you'll be that person, right? It all starts now. If anything I said has resonated with you and you know that you're the type of person that needs some sort of accountability, plan, and everything laid out for them so they can just follow it and execute on it and have someone there in their corner, then I've got you. Go to the description. I've got a link in my calendar to my health audit call. What we'll do is we'll get some time in and we'll map out exactly where you are now, where you want to get to, and help put that plan in place to bridge the gap, everything you need, the training, the nutrition, and the corporate athlete identity. This is only for people that are high achievers, high performing men, stuck at a desk all day, work a lot, and want to find a system that actually works for them and not just another system designed for people that have all the time in the world to go to the gym. I hope you got some value for this, and let me know in the comment in the form of I am so happy and grateful now that, and then put your goal in the comments as a form of accountability, and everyone can be here to help keep you accountable. Then you can come back in 6 months, 12 months and be like, okay, I achieved it.